all you wonderful scuba divers out there, welcome to Scuba Diving Magazine. If you're watching this video, then chances are that you're either brand new to scuba diving and you're doing the responsible thing and making sure you don't screw up on any of your future dives, that, or you're an experienced scuba diver and you're hoping to not see yourself in any of these clips. I mean, is this you? For this video, I'm going to stay away from the golden rules of scuba diving. They're just too obvious. I mean, don't hold your breath, don't come up too quickly, and don't try and tickle a shark. But some of the more nuanced things that you shouldn't do, either preparing for scuba diving or actually in the water. So let's dive straight into my top 10 worst things you can do whilst scuba diving. Rely on others to do things. I get helping your buddy out, doing things for your spouse, picking up that pair of fins that they've dropped, moving heavy cylinders for them and stuff, that's fine. But if you can't set up your own gear or like send up a DSMB safely by yourself, then you kind of need to get yourself practicing. If you aren't the one that's assembled your gear, then you might not notice that something that they've forgotten to do until it's too late and you're actually in the water without whatever it is that they forgot to do. And if you're ever separated from your buddy underwater, or God forbid they're unconscious, then you are the one that needs to get things done. So try not to rely on others to do things for you. Try to make sure that you're the one who can at least do it. It's nice when they do stuff for you, but at least you can do it yourself should you need to. Be by yourself on a dive. I've spoken about this before in that I believe that you should always dive with a buddy, but always prepare yourself before the dive so that you can complete the dive alone. That way, should you ever get separated, you should be fine. But that being said, you should never either go diving by yourself, solo diving, and you should never, when you are diving with a buddy, turn around and not know where your buddy is, or purposely swim away from your buddy to go do something without telling them. I mean, personally, I've stopped to take a photo for a mere moment and my buddy just vanished. God knows how he did it, but it happens really, really quickly. So stay close, give them a little nudge if you're going to do something or take a photo, and stay by their side for the entire dive. You want to know where your sentient bailout tank is. Touch things. I know I literally just told you to nudge your buddy to get their attention, but other than the dive ladder on the back of the boat, you really shouldn't be touching just anything underwater, either on purpose or accidentally. So pay attention to what's around you as well as the water movement so you don't accidentally bump into some coral and destroy it. Coral has a hard enough time at the moment without you bumping into it. And if you do see something shiny or go to like put your hand out to steady yourself on something, don't. A lot of things can badly hurt you underwater, either because they're sharp on your wet skin or they have nasty stingers or teeth. So until you can, stop and turn on a dime without using your little hands, give it plenty of space and just keep your hands to yourself. Not look after your diving gear. Divers spend ages very carefully selecting their dive equipment. They pay a decent amount of money for it all. They set it all up carefully and then just kind of let it dangle through the water and just dragging along the bottom. And after the dive, they just throw it in their kit bag and forget about it until the next dive. Keep your gear securely clipped close to your body so it doesn't get damaged or worse, snagged on something. And after the dive, wash and clean your kit and let it dry off properly, and then of course get it serviced at the right schedule, and then it will look after you. Lie to your buddy or your dive guide. Now, I'm not advocating that you divulge all of your deepest, darkest secrets or your internet history to your dive guide, but if you're running low on gas, don't lie about it. There's no shame in it, but it is important that your buddy and your dive guide know exactly how much gas you have left, because they'll continue that dive thinking that you have plenty of gas because you just told them that you've got 120 bar when you've actually got 70. So they'll continue that dive, whereas they otherwise cut the dive a little bit short. And of course, don't lie to yourself. If you think that you're running low on gas, don't just not look at it out of protest. Tell them that you're running low as early as possible. There could be some equipment malfunction or something to explain it, and maybe shallow up a little bit so you're breathing less gas instead of just, you know, ignoring your SPG. Overweight yourself. Carrying too much lead on your weight belt doesn't just suck more if you drop it on your foot. It actually increases your air consumption and can shorten your dive. When you dive with too much excess lead, you need to fill up your BCD more to compensate underwater. As you change depth, that air volume inside your BCG, the volume changes more because you have a larger volume and gas inside of your BCD, and you now need to add or vent more than if you had the correct amount of lead. So do yourself a favor, do a proper comprehensive weight check to work out just how little lead you actually need to get down instead of wearing too much, you know, just in case. You should only need to use your BCD to adjust for a compressing wetsuit when you're at your maximum depth. Get too close to a boat propeller. This is just a general life hack that most people tend to pick up pretty early in life, but it must be mentioned, boat propellers are not your friend. Even Indiana Jones wasn't brave enough to take on a boat propeller. Most divers only think about avoiding boat props when you're just under the surface and they're zooming overhead, which is a good behavior to follow, but some divers make the mistake of when they're getting out of the water, they're holding onto the side of the rib or the boat and they let their legs dangle under the rib, because if the engine revs, it's just going to pull your legs in and the propeller will win that fight. So keep your legs, your hands, everything away from propellers, and of course never bow surf. Bow surfing is just dangerous for the exact same reason. Anchor the crew. We do this for a living, and you don't think that we picked up some practical jokes to mess with you if you're annoying. Nothing that will leave a mark as evidence, obviously, that could link back to us, but be nice to the boat crew and the dive crew. They're doing their best to help you out, and they don't deserve to be messed around or shouted at. A little fun and games is fine, but do be sure not to cross that line. If you're nice to the crew, then you're more likely to get preferential treatment. And I've had crew members recognize me after years of not visiting, so they do recognize a good diver. But if you're nasty to them, then you're just going to get the bare minimum. Make a ton of noise. Noise carries underwater really well, and the last thing everybody wants is just a symphony of dive computers beeping around them, or your tank banger rattling around like a ghost in a haunted house, rattling their chains for the entire dive. So if your dive plan involves going near an alert on your dive computer, stay well above it so it doesn't constantly go off, or consider adjusting your dive computer alerts. And if you have a rattle, then secure it so it doesn't rattle every time you move around. Be considerate for those divers who want to explore in a bit of serenity, and of course rebreathe the divers who don't even have the noise of a regulator to drown out your noise. Leave your stuff everywhere. There's a scuba diving saying to take nothing but pictures and leave nothing but bubbles, which I'm sure is written on some fancy dive centre's wall somewhere. But other than the fundamental don't litter, try not to leave your dive gear just draped all over the dive deck or whatever dive site you're visiting. One, it's begging to go missing, either from sticky fingers or a rogue wave rolling it overboard, or of course something heavy falling onto it. So keep your gear organized in the right place so that you never lose it, no one ever trips over it, and no one ever steals it. Another very important thing is to never touch another scuba diver's equipment in or out of the water. I mean, you can lose a finger doing that in some circles. I mean, If you're stopping it from falling over or helping them out with something that they can't reach, then that's probably okay. But don't be fiddling with another scuba diver's equipment without telling them. But did any of these pull a thread with you? Did you see yourself maybe in some of these? Maybe you do leave your gear all over the place. The first step is admitting that you have a problem, and we can then progress together. If you have any other scuba diving no-nos, then by all means pop them down in the comments section below, and then subscribe to the channel if you haven't already before heading over to our website, scubadivingmag.com, and of course consider becoming a channel member to watch these videos early, as well as a few other perks, but I'll leave that up to you. Thank you for watching, everybody, and of course, safe diving.